saw some of those moves in the video. Yeah. You know, honestly, I told Patty this, I think last night or this morning. In over 20 years of preaching and preparing more funerals and memorials than I care to honestly recall, I've never seen anything like this one. I've never seen anything like the outpouring of love and thoughts and emailed stories that have been flooding my office and computer this entire week. Usually I'm scrambling trying to piece together pieces of somebody's life to honor them, but not with Mick. In fact, I've been in a panic trying to discern what to use because every single story was touching me. Every story was reminding me of what life is supposed to be, what life for the Christian should look like. Now, by all accounts, I think you know this, that Mick McClure was a pistol. He was born to Jean and John McClure back in 1946 on February the 3rd in Wheatland, Wyoming. In 1957, his family moved to Prosser, Washington, where I've been told that Mick was quite a hit with a local police department. They knew him by name. In fact, at the age of 14, his brothers say, yep, he was sent to St. Martin's Catholic boarding school in lieu of incarceration. But even the priest could not contain Mick. He smoked cigarettes in the back of his classroom. He stashed beer on the school grounds, and he shared it with all of his friends. Mick McClure liked to have a good time. And after high school and a failed run at college academics, his best choice was to enlist in the U.S. Army. And there he survived. He truly survived real foxholes and real combat as an infantryman on his tour of duty in Korea during the Vietnam War. I'd looked that one up. After he returned home, you could sense a change in his demeanor. And after a brief stint working for the railroad and as a grave digger, that sounds funny. He took a much more disciplined approach to college, and he earned his bachelor's degree at Eastern Washington University with exceptional grades. After graduating and considering several job opportunities, Mick chose to work for Hoff Ford in Lewiston, Idaho. And it was there where he fell in love with the auto industry, eventually working his way up in Tony Copeland's Honda store and then buying out that owner in the mid-1990s. And I want to ask you guys a question. How many times have you heard of that story? A man goes to work in a car dealership and winds up owning it. That's Mick McClure. He's that man. And there are still good people at his dealership bearing his name right now. They've worked in that store for decades. And that is a testimony to the love of their boss, Mick. Back in 1981, Mick overcame his addiction to alcohol. And like with everything else he did it in a very big way. He couldn't keep that just to himself. He became a bold and outspoken advocate about alcoholism, and he preached addiction awareness to anybody and anywhere who would listen. And that was all before he knew Christ. That was Mick 27 years before he met Jesus, making a difference for mankind. You see, Mick was undoubtedly an all-in kind of guy. He was passionate about everything that he believed. He was passionate about his hobbies. He obviously loved cars and motorcycles, especially American-made V-twin kinds of motorcycles. He also had a love of aircraft. He owned several planes, and I've been told was a tremendous pilot. He loved to land not on runways, but in the fields of the backcountry, and on rocky beaches. So I've been trying to piece this together for all of us today. It's just too much.